Hey guys, Whip here, and welcome to another Conquest Reforged build. I want to be starting up a new series because I've realized I really enjoy working in Conquest Reforged, but the problem is I don't enjoy making videos so much while I'm building in it because the building is so much give and take, add a little here, remove a little here, so I wanted to start up a new series while using a time-lapse system more like this, using replay mods. So that's probably what we're going to be going through here, just giving you guys updates on what I'm working on building at the time, whatever it may be, just kind of getting some content out there, hoping to give you guys some inspiration here. So anyways, what we got going on here in this build is we are back here on the Heatherport map, our steampunk map that I was working on way long ago, and we're just up the river a little ways here. I wanted to start up a little farmstead right here, so you can see I'm trying to get the layout down right now for the farming house, what it's going to be, but basically I want to make a house here, add a few different things around the outside, just different fields and whatnot, a little dock maybe, who knows, there's so much stuff we can do here. I don't know if we'll turn this into a little community or whatnot up in this area. I like the idea of just having one big house and a bunch of different little fields in this little area. As you can see, there's a lot of erosion channels coming through here, so we gotta kind of work with that while we're making our terrain. Going from here to there, figuring out what we want to do. The orange wool is representing where our building is going to be, and that magenta wool, I think it is, I can't remember, but that is where our pathway is going to be. And right now it's looking a little weird and wonky just because of the way the shape and size is. Anyways, now that we're building the farmhouse, I want to start talking about that guy a little bit. I'm going with a diorite brick here theme mainly because that's really working with a lot of the stones we're using in the terrain. Back in the city, a lot of what we're using there is a very light palette, so I want to keep that consistent. I know it looks a little weird in a farmhouse setting, but I think it still works out cool. We got a solid contrast going with the darker roof that we're going to be adding here right now. As you can see, I'm starting to mess with different blocks for that palette as we kind of work it out. I didn't really plan out any of this in advance. I just want to get in here and start building and have some fun with it, and then see what we can do with the replay mod, more or less. Anyways, back to what the building is. The building is mostly diorite brick with slight bits of the worn diorite in there, as well as mixing in cobblestone and old cobblestone at the base, just give a little bit of variation. We're going a pretty default, I guess, roof design right here, trying to make it look almost like a barn house. I think I want to come back in here later on and mix it up. I haven't quite decided yet. I do enjoy it, but let me know if you guys think we need to mix it up. If it's just too long of a straight surface, we can add some windows, just like a second floor inside the building or something like that, just getting extra bits of detail in there. Anyways, on the bottom side of the roof, I went ahead and added in some beams there just to give that extra little bit of detail there. There's something on the corners to mix them up so it's not just straight going right around the corner as well. I think it turned out pretty cool. I'm really pumped with where this guy is going so far. This is quite some time in here. This whole recording that we're doing in the replay mod right now, I think comes out to being a few hours long of me just messing around building stuff and then the final result. Anyways, back to what we're actually doing in the game is we just went through and put in the road. I don't really like it, to be honest. I think the path design or the path materials I used are way too consistent with those erosion lines. I come back in later on and clean them up there so it looks a little bit better, adding in some darker dirts just to add a little bit of differentiation to it. Anyways, here's our first field that we're throwing down. This guy, we're gonna just throw in the regular farmland right there because the diagonal ones seem to lag my computer pretty bad. I don't know if you guys get that, but whenever I do them with World Edit, they kind of cause lag spikes. I don't really enjoy doing them. I think there's just too many pixels in the 3D model or something like that. But anyways, that field's a cornfield as we're moving away from it right there. You can see it's really starting to all come together. We're getting a nice little farmstead right here, which you can go straight up and down the river and come across a lot of cool things here. And I just come up here right before I stop this little session and throw in a bridge to go over that waterway, because we'll come back in, or sorry, that erosion channel, not waterway, because we're going to come back in later and clean that guy up. Just make it a little bit better. But I think so far this has been a really awesome start. We got the general shape of our house down. We got our first field in place, and we got a path connecting the two. Can't really be asking for too much more right now as we're going straight into a tree. But there's a lot of cool stuff going on in here. I'm really enjoying where this guy is starting to go. I think there's a lot of potential in this build. We just got to start working with it a little bit better as we, lag a little bit there, but that's okay. I think that's just the replay mod recording right there, which kind of sucks, but whatever. Now we are over into our next building period pretty much. I wanted to come into here and place some trees in to really bring some nature into the land. This recording got a little messed up because I didn't really think about camera pathing with all the trees, but instead of just making it look all natural and stuff. I'm still learning replay mod, so bear with me there. You can see we're going way up the edge there, and we're bringing the water down actually through that erosion channel to make it look a lot cooler. I just built a spring way up the hill, and I figured that wasn't super important, so there's just some water block coming straight down all the way through, having a purpose for the bridge there. I thought it was really cool. It just added a lot of life into the region. That flowing water added a bunch more. You can see there in the bottom right corner, we built up a little tiny like farm stand something right outside the cornfield. Just some barrels, some storage and things like that. Went ahead and added in more of a steampunky style chimney right there, poking out of our house because we haven't touched those interiors yet, but I wanted to break that roof up just a little bit on that side. It was really bugging me there, and I was like, what do? I don't know. So I was like, you know what, default go-to to break up a roof, let's throw our chimney in there for now. Originally we had like pine wood planks on the corners, or as the wood interior, second floor, whatnot. I went ahead and threw in some dark tudor instead because I felt like that looked a lot better. Now we're coming over here and building up the dock, which in my opinion looks really cool. It adds a lot to the area. It's kind of on the edge of where that water's coming down, so it might need to move it over just slightly, but I think it works out pretty cool for what the end goal is of it. I just want to somewhere, because the whole society here in Heatherport is really built around moving water, or moving ships up and down the river. That was a goal, a lot of automation and using the riverways with river barges and whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead here in a second and start building one of them, actually a really simple one right here. I think it turned out really cool. I just found an image online that I wanted to check out and try and build of a river barge somewhere in Europe, and just kind of went for it. So it turned out pretty cool in my opinion, and I'm really happy with how it came out. We add this covered section onto the back here that I think looks really cool, just adds a nice little bit of detail while keeping the build really simple, because as you guys know, I hate building boats. They are not my forte. So we just try and get this guy together. It was a learning experience for me, so it kind of worked out decently well, and we're probably going to be going right through the boat right here, as I tried to get a cool camera angle going right through it as build it all, and it didn't work out too well, so you know, that's that. But I think overall this build has turned out really cool. This is probably a good place to stop our first episode here, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below about all this stuff right here. If you think this deserved a like, that would be much appreciated. And I really appreciate you guys sticking around watching all my videos and everything as we try and get back here into Conquest Reforged, and we'll do a little bit more of a flyover here, checking out pretty much whatever's left that has happened in the build here, as we're really, apparently this camera wants to look at the water the whole time though, so that's super cool. As you can see, we are learning replay mod as we go here. We got some cool things set up though. This build is really turning out well. And guys, I think that's gonna do it right here though. Thank you all for watching, have a great one, and I will see you guys in the next episode.